for the compounded continuously problem, we're going to use the PERT formula. Again, we have the future value or the amount, $80,000 that we want. We don't know what the principal is. We're solving for the principal. We're going to use E raised to the RT. The interest rate is 8 and the time is 17 years. Again, what's happening to the P? It's being multiplied by all of this. How do you undo multiply? You divide. If I divide both sides of that equation, I end up with 80,000 divided by that E raised to the RT. So I don't know how to do this on Finance Solver. So the only option that you have is to use Desmos or the regular calculator page. I don't want to clear this off, so we'll just go to Desmos. We go to Desmos and we're going to type in 80,000. That's going to be on top. And then I'm going to do E. I'm going to raise E to 0.08 times 17. And if I do it this way, I'm going to need $20,532.86. $20,532.86. And that's what I would write down right here. I need $20,532.86. Okay, so for this one, the thing that's missing is what rate. So I'm looking for the interest rate. I'm still using the same problem. I want to have $63,000 at the end of my savings. I'm going to start off with $10,000. I'm going to be compounding it annually, so my M is 1. I'm raising it to the 1, the number of times it's compounded, times the number of years. I'm trying to solve for R, so that means I've got to get rid of all this other stuff. So again, this is 10,000 times that parentheses, so I'm going to divide both sides by 10,000. That leaves me with 6.3. 63,000 divided by 10,000 reduces down to 6.3, and now I'm left with just my parentheses. R, and R over 1 is just R, so let me write that so that it looks better. So 1 plus R, and it's raised to the 10th power. I have to undo the 10th power. How do I undo the 10th power? I take the 10th root of both sides. 10th root of both sides. The 10th root undoes the 10th power, leaving me 1 plus R. And then because I'm going to get a big decimal right here, I'm just going to leave this written like this. How do I finish getting R by itself? You subtract 1 from both sides, and I end up with the 10th root of 6.3 minus 1. That's equal to my interest rate. So I'm now going to run over here to my calculator. And I'm going to do the 10th root. So I need this button right here. And they want me to put the 10 right here, the 10th root of 6.3. That number goes inside. I'm going to get out from underneath the radical. Then I'm going to say minus 1. And so there's the decimal value. But remember, they want it, the directions, I believe, say express answers as percentages rounded to 3 decimal places. So if it wants to be a percentage rounded to 3 decimal places, I need 5 decimal places, 2 to get the percentage, and then 3 more after that. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 20.345. So that's what I'm going to write down, 20.208%. The number next to that is a 1, so the 8's going to stay an 8. So 20.208%. So 20.208% is the interest rate that I will need. Never have I ever seen anything with a 20% interest rate. If you do, it's probably a scam. Bernie Madoff thing. Okay, so here I'm going to be compounded continuously, so you know that that's PERT, principal. Sorry, you know this right here is PERT, where your amount is equal to your principal times E raised to the RT. So I plugged in all those numbers. The amount that I want to end up with is 63,000. I'm going to start off with 10,000. I'm going to multiply that times E, raise it to the R times 10. How do I get that E by itself? Get rid of the 10. It says 10,000 times E, so I'm going to divide both sides by 10,000. So I end up with that familiar 6.3. And now I'm left with an E, which is a number, raised to an exponent that has a variable. I can't take the R root because I need a number in order to, like I did here. I had a 10, so I could take the 10th root. I don't have the number because R is a variable. So how do I undo an exponent that's a variable? That's a log. So you're going to log both sides. Since the base on this side right here is an E, the log that I'm going to use is the natural log. So I'm going to do natural log 6.3 equal natural log of E raised to the 10R, and those two things cancel out. So I'm left with natural log 6.3 is equal to 10R. How do I finish getting R by itself? Divide both sides by 10. And so R is equal to this, natural log 6.3 over 10. So I'm going to go here. I'm pretty sure this is going to have, let's see, there it is. I clicked the function button. There's the natural log button. So I'm going to do natural log, and then I'm going to have to go back and do 6.3, close my parentheses, and what was it? Divided by 10. Divided by 10. And so that again is an interest rate. So I'm going to move 5 decimal places, 2 for the percentage, and then 3 more because of the rounding rule. So it's going to be 18.405. That 4 right there tells me to leave the 5 at 5. So 18.405%. So my interest rate is going to be 18.405%.